Your power cannot be contained. They tried to measure it, to analyze it, to put it into formulas and numbers, but they failed because the force within you does not obey the limits of the world. The lab, the charts, the microscopes, they were tools designed to understand the physical, to control the measurable, to contain the predictable. But what they faced when they looked at you was something beyond comprehension, something unrestrained, something divine. Your strength is not just in your muscles, your endurance, or your intellect. It is in your spirit. It is in the energy that refuses to be diminished, in the fire that refuses to die out, in the will that refuses to surrender. No cage, no test, no calculation can hold what God has placed inside of you. The world will try to confine you in boxes, to limit your potential to what they can see, to what they think is possible. They will try to define your boundaries with their opinions, their criticisms, their doubts. But God has equipped you with a power that cannot be restrained by human understanding. Every time they try to hold you back, every time they try to predict your next move, every time they try to measure your limits, they will encounter the undeniable truth: you are not theirs to define. You were built to rise, to overcome, to exceed, and to triumph in ways that cannot be contained. This power is what wakes you up in the morning when the world expects you to give up. It is the force that pushes you forward when every voice says stop, when every road is blocked, when every circumstance seems impossible. Your power is in your perseverance, in your courage, in the relentless determination that carries you through storms that would defeat ordinary people. It is uncontainable because it comes from something eternal, something divine, something that no human hand can replicate or control. The fire inside you is not subject to conditions, to criticism, to limitations. It burns because it was lit by God Himself. They were not ready for the reality of your strength. When they looked at your life, when they tried to examine your spirit, they expected weakness, predictability, and limitation. They expected to find flaws, vulnerabilities, and boundaries. Instead, they found an unstoppable force, a reservoir of energy and purpose that defied explanation. Your power cannot be predicted because it is not dependent on circumstance. It is not conditional on approval. It is inherent, it is eternal, and it is unstoppable. Every setback you encounter, every challenge you face, every test they run only reveals more of what cannot be contained. Understand this: your power is not just for you. It is a demonstration to the world that God's hand cannot be restrained. That divine strength flows through those He chooses, and that what He places in you is greater than anything any human mind can comprehend. Your achievements, your breakthroughs, your victories are not anomalies. They are proof of the uncontainable power that resides in you. It is a force that cannot be caged, cannot be quantified, cannot be limited by any system, any standard, or any expectation. So when the world doubts you, when they try to control you, when they try to measure you, smile, because they are confronting something they cannot handle. Your power is beyond their comprehension, beyond their authority, and beyond their control. It is unstoppable because it comes from the creator of the universe, and what God gives, no human can take away, no lab can measure, and no skeptic can limit. You are living proof that divine strength exists in ways that cannot be explained, contained, or restrained. There comes a moment in every chosen one's life when the world finally sees what has been inside all along. After the tests, after the doubts, after the judgments, after the setbacks and the trials, there comes a revelation so undeniable that nothing can ever erase it. This is the triumphant revelation, the moment when the greatness within you, the strength within you, the destiny within you is no longer hidden, no longer questioned, and no longer doubted. The world may have tried to measure you, to analyze you, to define you, but now they see that their tools, their assumptions, and their understanding were never enough. They were never ready for what God had placed inside of you. This revelation is not just for you, it is for everyone who ever doubted, everyone who ever underestimated, everyone who ever questioned your potential. It is the proof that human skepticism is powerless against divine design. It is the living testimony that what God places inside of his chosen ones cannot be contained, cannot be predicted, and cannot be defeated. Every challenge you faced, every test you endured, every moment of doubt you overcame was preparing the world for this unveiling, for this moment when nothing and no one can deny the power that has always been yours. The triumphant revelation comes in many forms. It may come in success that surpasses expectation. It may come in recognition that was once impossible. It may come in victory that silences every skeptic. But no matter the form, the message is the same. You are unstoppable, uncontainable, and unmatched. The lab could not see it. The critics could not predict it. The world could not measure it. But now it is here, undeniable and eternal. The revelation is proof that the life you have lived, the struggles, the setbacks, the perseverance was all building to this moment. It is the world's awakening to the unstoppable force you have always been. This is the moment when people begin to realize that the strength within you was never ordinary. They see the fire in your soul, the resilience in your spirit, the courage in your heart, and they understand that what you have accomplished could not have been possible without divine purpose. They see that the obstacles that once seemed insurmountable were stepping stones to greatness. They see that every setback was preparation, every doubt was fuel, and every challenge was the forge in which your unstoppable power was refined. The revelation is both a confirmation of who you are and a warning to the world that you cannot be contained, underestimated, or defined by human limitations. And in this revelation, you find freedom, you find clarity, you find confirmation that your life is bigger than the doubts, bigger than the tests, bigger than the critics, bigger than the world itself. You see that your destiny cannot be denied, that your calling cannot be questioned, and that your power cannot be contained. This triumphant revelation is not an accident. It is the reward of perseverance, the fruit of faith, the manifestation of courage, and the proof that God's chosen ones are unstoppable. The world will never forget this moment. The people who doubted you, the voices that tried to limit you, the skeptics who questioned you, all will bear witness to your greatness. And yet, this is just the beginning. The revelation is not the end of your journey. It is a declaration of what is possible when divine purpose meets relentless determination. Every step you take from this moment forward carries the proof that you are unstoppable, unmatched, and uncontainable. The results they could not predict, the fire they could not measure, the strength they could not understand. Now it is undeniable. Now it is revealed. Now it is unstoppable. Your life becomes the evidence, your victories become the testimony, and your existence becomes the proof that God's chosen ones are designed to triumph, to conquer, and to shine in ways the world never saw coming. The revelation is theirs to witness, but it is yours to live. The triumphant revelation is the ultimate proof that no lab, no doubt, no challenge, and no critic could ever hold back what was meant to rise, meant to shine, and meant to conquer. You are unstoppable, and now the world finally sees it. The world will try to tell you who you are. They will try to label you, to define you, to put boundaries around your potential. They will examine your life, your actions, your choices, and say, this is all you can do, or this is what you are capable of. They will doubt you. They will question your abilities. They will whisper loudly or quietly that you are not enough, that you cannot succeed, that you are not destined for greatness. But here is the truth. Doubt is never the measure of your strength. Doubt is never the reflection of your worth. Doubt is merely the world's attempt to understand what it cannot. And God's chosen ones, the doubt of others is meant to strengthen you, not weaken you. Every time someone doubts you, every time they question your ability, every time they underestimate your potential, you have a choice to shrink under their judgment or to rise above it. And you, the chosen one, you rise. You rise not because you are ignoring reality, but because you are anchored in something far greater than the opinions of men. You rise because God's voice within you has already spoken, because your purpose has already been declared, and because your destiny cannot be altered by the skepticism of others. Doubt is temporary. Your power is eternal. Doubt is noise. Your life is proof. They will try to convince you that failure is inevitable. They will point to obstacles and say, this is too much for you. They will examine your past and say, you will never overcome this. But their doubts are based on what they see with limited eyes. They cannot see the fire in your spirit. They cannot see the resilience in your heart. They cannot see the determination that refuses to quit. Every doubt thrown your way is a test of faith, a challenge to your courage, and an opportunity to prove that you are unstoppable. You do not have to argue with the doubters. You simply have to live your life in such a way that every doubt is shattered by the undeniable results of your strength. The world's doubt will come in many forms. It may come as criticism from strangers, judgment from friends, or disbelief from family. It may come in moments of failure, in seasons of waiting, in times when success seems delayed. But in every instance, remember this: doubt is not your enemy. Doubt is the mirror that reflects your potential. The more they doubt, the greater your opportunity to rise. The louder their disbelief, the more pronounced your victory will be. Doubt cannot define you. Doubt cannot stop you. Doubt cannot predict you. Only God can define you. Only purpose can guide you. And only faith can sustain you. every time they say you cannot, remember that you are already doing what they thought impossible. Every time they question your path, remember that your journey is guided by something greater than their understanding. Every time they look at you and shake their heads, remember that their doubt is temporary, but your greatness is eternal. You have been chosen to overcome, to thrive, to shine, and to demonstrate that no human skepticism can limit what God has placed in you. So when the world doubts, when they question, when they underestimate, stand tall, stand firm. Let your life speak louder than their words. Let your victories silence their criticisms, and let your faith shine brighter than their disbelief. You are not here to prove them right or to fit into their expectations. You are here to rise, to succeed, and to show the world that doubt only has power when you allow it. And God's chosen one, you were never meant to allow doubt to define you. You were meant to overcome it, to thrive beyond it, and to live a life so powerful that their disbelief becomes irrelevant. Our life is not defined by the opinions of others. Every word of doubt, every judgment, every criticism thrown your way cannot and will not determine your destiny. The world may try to measure you by its standards, by its rules, by what it considers acceptable or possible. They may look at your failures and say, this is all you are capable of. They may look at your progress and claim it is too little, too slow, too insignificant. But God's chosen one, remember this, the world cannot define you because your life is not for the world to measure. You are defined by purpose, not by critics, not by skeptics, not by those who fail to see the fire burning inside of you. Every voice of criticism, every hand that points at you in judgment, every eye that doubts your potential is a reminder that you are on the right path. Critics exist to challenge the weak-minded, but you are not weak-minded. You are purpose-driven. Your focus is anchored in something far greater than approval, something far beyond recognition, and something far more powerful than their opinions. While others are concerned with what people think, you are concerned with what God knows. While others seek validation from the world, you seek alignment with your calling. While others are imprisoned by fear of judgment, you are free because your life is defined by purpose. You were chosen for a reason. You were placed on this earth for a mission that is bigger than what anyone else can comprehend. And because your life is defined by purpose, not by critics, you cannot be shaken by their disbelief. You cannot be silenced by their ridicule. You cannot be limited by their expectations. Every judgment, every negative comment, every attempt to put you down is powerless against a life that is anchored in destiny. Purpose is unshakable. Purpose is unwavering. Purpose is unstoppable. Critics want you to conform, to shrink, to fit into their boxes of limitation. But God's chosen ones refuse to be confined by human understanding. Every criticism is a sign that you are moving forward, that you are doing something significant, that you are stepping beyond what ordinary people are capable of. The louder the doubt, the harsher the judgment, the more extreme the criticism, the more evident it is that you are walking the path that others cannot see, the journey that others cannot understand, and the mission that others cannot accomplish. Do not seek to appease them. Do not waste energy trying to convince them. Their opinions are temporary, their words are fleeting, and their judgments are meaningless in the face of destiny. Your purpose will outlast every insult, every doubt, every disbelief. What they cannot comprehend, what they cannot see, what they cannot measure is the power of a life lived in alignment with divine intention. You are not here to fit their mold. You are not here to meet their expectations. You are here to fulfill your calling, to rise to your destiny, and to show the world that purpose will always triumph over criticism. Remember that the critics cannot give you what you were already given. They cannot instill greatness into your soul. They cannot awaken the divine potential that has been placed inside of you. That power is yours. It is inherent and it is unstoppable. Let their words be fuel. Let their doubt be motivation. And let their disbelief be the spark that ignites your determination. Walk boldly, live courageously, and act with confidence, knowing that your life is defined by purpose, not by critics, and that no one has the authority to take away what God has already placed in your hands. Every step you take in alignment with your purpose is a step beyond their limitations. Every decision rooted in your calling is proof that you are unstoppable. Every victory achieved, every challenge overcome, and every dream realized is evidence that critics are powerless against the force of a life defined by divine purpose. You are unstoppable because you are chosen. You are unshakable because you are aligned. You are victorious because your purpose cannot be denied. You were never meant to be ordinary. From the very beginning, God designed you with a purpose that transcends understanding, with a strength that defies logic, and with a spirit that cannot be contained. There is a uniqueness in you that cannot be duplicated, a fire in your soul that no human hand can ever fully measure. Every cell of your being carries a signature of divinity, a blueprint that tells the world you were made for more than mere survival, more than conformity, more than being just another face in the crowd. They tried to put your blood under a microscope to analyze it, to see what made you tick, to calculate your limits, but they failed. They couldn't see what made you unstoppable, because what makes you powerful is not physical, not measurable, not something any test could ever capture. It is the essence of God's purpose in you. Your uniqueness is in the way you rise when others fall. It is in the courage that wakes you up every morning and says, I will not be defeated today. It is in the resilience that carries you through storms that would have broken someone else. Every obstacle, every challenge, every disappointment only proves that your life is extraordinary. The lab, the charts, the analysis, they cannot see the fire in your eyes, the determination in your heart, the will that refuses to surrender. You are built with a power that no formula can quantify, a light that cannot be dimmed, a spirit that cannot be replicated. God didn't just put you here to exist. He put you here to shine, to rise, to conquer, and to inspire. That uniqueness is what separates you from those who only dream and those who only follow. While others may be content with average, with predictable, with ordinary, you were created to break boundaries, to redefine limits, to set standards that cannot be ignored. Your blood is not just a physical substance flowing through your veins. It is a vessel of divine strength, a signal to the world that greatness cannot be tested, contained, or explained. Every time someone tries to define you, to understand you, to measure you, they are met with the reality that you are more than numbers, more than biology, more than anything they can see. They were not ready for the results because no lab could ever reveal the fire, the purpose, the unstoppable potential that resides in your soul. Your uniqueness cannot be replicated, and that is why it leaves people in awe, why it makes skeptics stumble, and why it demands recognition, not because you seek it, but because your life naturally radiates a power that cannot be ignored. This uniqueness is also your responsibility. It is the call to live boldly, to embrace your destiny, and to move in the world with confidence that you were made for more. Every decision you make, every step you take, every word you speak is a reflection of that divine imprint. You were not designed for mediocrity. You were designed for impact. You were not created to be ordinary. You were created to be extraordinary. Others may doubt you. Others may test you. Others may try to measure you, but your uniqueness is untouchable. It is unshakable. It is unstoppable. The truth is, your blood carries more than DNA. It carries purpose. It carries power. It carries the proof that God's hand in your life cannot be analyzed or contained. And the world may try. Oh, the world may try, but they will never succeed because you are divinely unique. You are not just another person on this earth. You are a force of nature, a living testament to a power far greater than science, a soul crafted for greatness, and a heart built to conquer. The tests, the experiments, the doubts, they were never meant to limit you. They were only meant to reveal that what is in you cannot be quantified, cannot be predicted, and cannot be compared to anyone else. You are singular, you are exceptional, you are God's chosen, and your uniqueness is your unstoppable signature. Life will test you. The storms will come. The challenges will rise. The obstacles will seem impossible. And the world will look at you and say, this will break you. But here is the truth. Every test you face is not meant to destroy you. It is meant to awaken you. Every difficulty, every trial, every moment that pushes you to your limits is a call to discover the strength you didn't know you had, the courage you didn't know was inside, and the power that was always lying dormant, waiting for the right moment to emerge. God's chosen ones are never defined by what they endure. They are defined by how they rise in the midst of what they endure. When life tests you, it is not a punishment. It is an opportunity. It is a chance to awaken the greatness that has been inside of you all along. They tested your blood in a lab. They tried to analyze you, and they thought they could predict your limits. But they could not see what the tests of life would reveal. Every setback, every failure, every difficulty is a revelation of your inner strength. It is an unveiling of your resilience, your determination, your ability to rise above circumstances that would defeat ordinary people. The test is not the end. It is the beginning. The test is the spark that ignites the fire within you. Challenges are the mirror that shows who you really are. When the storm hits, when the pressure rises, when the world seems against you, that is when your true self awakens. You discover that the power inside you cannot be measured, cannot be contained, and cannot be predicted. You find courage you didn't know you had, resilience you didn't realize was within you, and a determination that cannot be shaken. Every test is a teacher, every trial is a revelation, and every challenge is an awakening. Those who cannot endure it are defeated by it, but those who are chosen, those who are destined, those who are awakened by it rise stronger than ever. They want you to believe the tests are setbacks, but God's chosen ones know the truth. The tests are revelations. Every failure is a lesson. Every obstacle is a call to action. And every difficult moment is a chance to step into the greatness that has been waiting for you. The world may not understand it. Skeptics may not recognize it, but the awakened soul knows that trials are not to be feared. They are to be conquered. They are the forge in which your purpose is strengthened, the crucible in which your destiny is refined, and the stage on which your strength is revealed to the world. Do not be discouraged when life challenges you. Do not shrink when obstacles arise. Do not falter when the pressure comes. The test is not your enemy. It is your awakening. Every setback they thought would define you only exposes the truth. You are unstoppable. Every challenge they thought would defeat you only awakens the power that has been inside of you all along. Every difficulty they assumed would limit you only prepares you to rise higher than anyone ever imagined. The awakening comes when you realize that the trials were never meant to destroy you. They were meant to show you who you really are, to reveal the strength that has always been inside, and to make the world see the greatness that they could not contain, predict, or measure. God's chosen ones are awakened by what the world considers impossible. They rise when others fall, they thrive when others despair, and they conquer when others surrender. The test is not the end of the story. It is the moment in which your true power is revealed, your spirit is awakened, and your destiny begins to move forward with unstoppable force.